Hi, who's here? I see one person here. I am a little late. I'm so sorry. Had issues with my dog. Luna. Hello, Wendy. How are you? How was your week? I had a pretty relaxing week. I've decided to slow down a little. Wait, let me catch up. So last week was Canadian Thanksgiving. So I wasn't able to do a live. I was supposed to come back home around 8, 9-ish, and I was going to do it like later on, like a quick pop-up live. But we came back home super late. The kids are having so much fun at my parents'. So I wasn't able to do that. But on that Sunday, I picked up about 100 pounds of apple. So 20 pounds of that being fresh Honeycrisp, our favorite apple, and the rest of it being second quality Cortland apples. So we've been eating a lot of apple fresh. I've canned 4 liters of apple quarters in syrup. And this week I need to tackle applesauce. And I want to see if I want to do apple pie fillings. And with the scraps, I want to do apple jelly. Oh no, a horrible cold. That literally sucks. And there's a lot of things going on right now. I don't know what part of the world you're in, but a lot of viruses are going by. We had gastro pass by like just after school started. So I am so happy now. Usually by this time of the year, we had a couple colds, but I am so happy. None to report. I need to touch wood to make sure that they don't get sick. Because usually, like when we have long weekends and we have stuff planned and we want to go out and want to have fun, there's always one of my kids that gets sick. But I'm so happy that last weekend we were able to have fun, met with my family. We had an amazing dinner, turkey, mashed potatoes with squash. It was really fun. Also, I did do something I was terrified to do. Hello, Jane. You got a batch of Cortland second last year, which made a lot of great apples. It was awesome. So the place that I go, I'm just going to do a side note. The place that I go, every year I write to her like at the beginning of their season, and I ask her, what second quality apples will you have this year? If it's not McIntosh, I'm going to go buy. So Cortland is a first for us, and fresh eating is delicious. So I'm looking forward to applesauce, and I might try like other new stuff. Depend how I feel. I know I've been talking a lot about exhaustion, mental exhaustion, physical exhaustion. I'm burnt out. So I try to do work, but if I feel that it's taking too much of a toll on me, I rest. And last week, hi Dave. Oh no, kidney stone. That hurts. I hope you feel better. Rain slowed. It did rain a lot last week. Put lots of peppers away. Nice. I hope you feel better though. I was sidetracked. Okay, so last weekend, we were having back and forth conversations for weeks, maybe months, about my kitchen. Like, I spend probably 3/4 of my day in my kitchen. And the rest is either, I would say half of my day to 3/4 of my day, either outside or sitting down figuring out stuff and all that. Hello, Angie and Mike. How was your live before this? So I was going back and forth for months with the logistics of creating a space for me that I feel awesome. So the first year of the C virus, we started tearing down stuff, and fear of not liking it and doing it ourselves, having zero experience of doing any full home renovations. Like my husband has some, like from experience behind him. He used to do paint. He used to do plumbing. So like he has experience, but like we're designing our kitchen. So Pinterest was our friend. Google was our friend. And we were like, we're not seeing the same things. And last weekend on Saturday morning, he says, we should do this. And doing it, I had to sacrifice something. And I was terrified to do that. So I've been totally open. I keep saying that next year is going to be a semi-sabbatical for me. There's many things that I will either stop growing or I will stop growing in my grow room, but I will buy the plants at a nursery. So some tomato plants will be bought at the nursery, like paste style tomatoes, and my produced big bell peppers that I chop and freeze. So I had to sacrifice my grow room. I know it sounds like I said that. I think there are a couple of people that are homesteaders. I'm like, how could you do that? So I was going back and forth for months trying to fit my grow room in the area where I wanted a pantry, a bathroom. It's called half bathroom. So just like the toilet and the sink. And like a laundry room. We now have a laundry setup that is about 7 feet wide or 6 feet wide by like 5 feet tall. We needed like so many things. And he's like, what if you take my office and we make it a multifunction room? So if in the fall you needed to do your lives or you needed to store it canned goods, we're going to do that. And then if you need space to do your grow room, we're going to do your grow room there. And we're just going to make a floating desk for me so that we can push it aside when you need more space. And if you don't need the space, we'll undo your racking, put it downstairs, and we're going to go from there. And then we stopped there. And I was so scared to do that decision. But then I'm like, he has a point. So I need a pantry. I needed a pantry. The one that we've had over the last 6 years that we were here didn't work out. It was not enough. I had things here. I had things there. I had things in the basement. I had things like there was things everywhere. So what he was saying made sense, but I needed to trust his vision for me to understand. We are so tight budget-wise, so we decided to move around stuff that we already have here. So we undid walls to redo walls. So that means we tried to save as much as 2x4s and 2x3s as possible. The screws, if they were not crooked, were recycled. The gyps was recycled. And we were able last week to build the walls and the finishing of those walls. So that means we bought like, I don't know how you call those, like shiplap, thin shiplap. We bought that last year when we started the renovations, but like we bought like a lot that we probably would have had too much. And I'm like, we should use that. So over that period of Thursday, Friday, Saturday, we moved around walls. I took up some of my growing racks that I use my plants for. And like we started taking down my temporary pantry and we created my pantry, which was like obviously just taking temporary to another location. But I was starting to see the vision. So I did it scared. And then I lived with it for a week, like tweaked it, and I thought it was going to be done because I didn't know if we were going to be able to work on it. It's our wedding anniversary today. So today is 12 years that we are married. Yesterday we had the privilege of being able to be kidless for about almost a day. So we dropped off the kids like at 3:30 at a friend's house. They slept over there. We were able to have like a wonderful dinner. We went at Rockaberry's after, had a coffee, this like sick dessert. What is it called in English? Apple pie cheesecake warm. Like the thank you. So the apple portion was a bit like warm, and then the cheesecake under it was cold, and we served it with like 3 scoops of ice cream, and he had coffee. So we celebrated that, but I had no idea that between that, we were going to make the vision of the pantry even bigger. So it took form today and a bit yesterday. So as soon as we had like an hour here, an hour there between tasks. So yesterday before we dropped off the kids, we decided we're going to spend about 2-3 hours removing some stuff, moving things around, and realizing that I can, if Lynn's here, Lynn from Bucket List Homestead knows what I'm talking about. So I had like a kitchen buffet that I transformed. It was like used for like stuff I didn't know where to put in, and it became the focal point, like the masterpiece in now my butler's pantry. So if you guys don't know what it is, you can Google it. It's a pantry that has like a counter space to put all your appliances that you use on a daily basis. And then on top of that, you have the open shelf cabinets. So it became the focal point of the pantry. And again, it was my idea to do it. And then I just said it out loud, and my husband's like, why not? We should try it to see. And we did. And I think I'm going to, even though it's not finished, I think I'm going to film it this week and show it to you guys, like a small pre-pantry tour to show you a little bit what's going on. So obviously I didn't film the destruction of the walls, and because like it was an epic mess and the kids were there and some of them were in PJs and all of that, but I just want to show it to you. And I cannot say how much my morale has improved. I am physically exhausted, mentally exhausted. I hit the bottom of the barrel, but just working a couple of hours here and there, not overworking us, not overwhelming us, we managed to create stuff that we had with stuff laying around. So at this point, it has only cost us our time. And we're reusing stuff that we had here. And now that the buffet is in the pantry, we're like looking on the other side because it's going to be like an L-shaped butler's pantry. I wasn't able to do full U because then my laundry setup wouldn't work. But the fact that I have a U walk-in, I never believed in my life I would have a walk-in pantry. I don't even have a walk-in wardrobe, but I do have a walk-in pantry, which is nuts. So if you're a homesteader and you don't have a pantry and you always dream of having a walk-in pantry, I think you can understand my excitement. I missed a couple of comments. Hold on, let me catch up. Oh no, I mixed so much. Okay. Okay, so I said hello to Angie and Mike. Hello, Inquisitive Farm Wife. I feel so bad. I forgot your first name. Remind me your name again. Ooh, I saw your chips, potato chips that you made. I have to figure out where I've put my apple peeler to try it out. I run out of big potatoes to do fries. So I have to go back. Actually, I didn't write it down. I have to put potatoes on my grocery list so I can do fries. Let me do that. Okay, that's done. So I am tempted to try that, Marilyn. Yay! I missed it. We did pizza night tonight because Friday was not possible for us. So we did there's this on Netflix. There is a series of Goosebump episodes of 45 minutes instead of watching movies like we do normally. So as we were watching that, I wasn't able to assist. I hope you had fun. I had recanned 2 jars of applesauce today, made cranberry grape mixture to make drinks. Ooh, are we talking about adult drinks? You remind me, I have to do apple juice. I have to keep some to do apple juice for my apples. Yes, don't forget to do the thumbs up. Absolutely. I totally agree with you, Dave. Yes, it does sound crazy knowing that I need, if let's just say that next year, by some miracle, I feel up to the task to do exactly the same thing. I doubt it. Like, I've been dragging that weight for a while. I've probably been burnt out even before I started my season. And in the office, I am comfortably able to have 2 Costco shelving. And the Costco shelving, I could probably set up a total of maybe 6 or 7 shelves. So that, let's just say we're going to go on the smaller size, so 6 shelves. And I am able to put 4 trays per shelf. So that's 24 trays. I am doing garlic this year. I am doing onions. I will be doing paste style tomatoes and slicers and cherry tomatoes. I'm also going to do big bell peppers and colorful peppers, but I'm going to go down in quantity. Because I think that, I can't remember who said this comment. This is probably Marilyn that said that. I am able to find 99 cents a pound this year for colorful peppers that were locally grown at a farm that is actually like 25 minutes away from my house, or like under an hour from my house. So yes, it's not grown at my house. Yes, I don't know what type of soil they have. It is a guess. But I think it's a lesser evil for me to buy locally grown peppers than over like not taking care of myself. So next year, I probably will buy bulk peppers on like 1 occasion or 2 occasions and have like a slicing day. With my chopper, I probably will be able to do like a couple of cases. Let's just say I buy 2-3 cases. If I am able to find second quality peppers next year, I'm going to do that. If I can't, well then I'll figure it out. So I'm going to maybe like slice a case and then like chop 2 cases and have like a couple in my backyard, because I enjoy the fresh eating. And I want to do a garden. Like, I love to go harvest stuff and bake on a daily basis, but I might not have the bulk for canning. So I'll have to shop with deals. And actually, it's going to give me content for homesteaders that don't have access to a garden. They'll have like maybe a small garden on their patio or their windowsill, and they have to figure out ways to buy either bulk or on special to can. So it's going to give me an opportunity to show that side as well, content wise. So beer helps with I hope so. I signed up for a winter growing class. Nice. That is amazing. This winter, I probably Depending how my kitchen goes, because we have a couple of things probably we're going to work on. Well, it is getting cold, so we're probably going to work a little bit every week. But depending how construction wise I am, because like I have like dust in the air, if I do microgreens, I'll have to do the ones in the jar, not in soil, because I don't want it to be contaminated. So I might do that. And as soon as we're done with the big dust stuff, I saw M.I. Gardner, can't remember his name. What's his name? Anyways, you probably know who I'm talking about. He had in 50 plug trays. So that's 2-inch by 2-inch. So if you're a soil blocker person, you make a block of 2-inch. If you don't have soil blockers, you can do it like in a 10 by 20 tray. He has 50 plugs of salad. So he sows the first, I can't remember exactly what he said, so I may be saying it wrong. But if I go with logistic wise and for an ongoing crop rotation, probably sows like 1 or 2 rows in that 50 plug tray and then waits a certain amount of weeks, then sows the other. So he has an ongoing thing going on, and he grows lettuce in those 2 by 2 soil blockers or 50 plug trays. So I might do that. I might do romaine lettuce. I think I have romaine. I know I have iceberg in seeds. And I probably will only, the iceberg, it's probably only going to be the leaves, not the whole head. So I'm going to be able to have at least greens. So spinach, salad, and maybe cilantro. So I might have like one full rack in the office for stuff going on, but I won't go further than that. So that's what I had last year. So starting now, what are we today? October 15th. Last year on October 15th, Annie from Mama Homemade sowed some seeds for Red Robin's tomatoes, and she harvested some tomatoes, if my memory is correct, the first week of January. I sowed mine mid-November, and it was a little bit further than that. I don't think I will be doing Red Robins inside the house. I'll see. I'm not sure, but I am really looking forward to try a couple of stuff that I've learned from what I've started last year. But way to go. There's nothing wrong with having a couple of stuff in your windowsill, or if you have the growing space. Yes, 12 years. So 12 years ago, I had a theme wedding, which was medieval. So he was all dressed up. I had a corset. I had some people dressed up. It was super nice. The music, we had so much fun. Hello, Almost Homesteading. Okay, so I'm going to finish so today what I did is I just took stuff and I just put it to see how I feel about it. I'm going to tidy it up and I'll show it to you guys. So you'll know this is probably like take 10 because we made everything. I put everything in, and then the next day we pulled everything out and then so every weekend I at least took out everything that was there probably 5-6 times because we needed to take stuff out to work stuff in. But because we have kids and they have little hands that eat snacks and all that, we put everything back in at night. So thank you, Wendy. Angela, I'm going to try to remember. Don't be mad at me. I have a hard time with names. Yes. I've been wanting a walk-in pantry and a walk-in closet ever since I was probably 10 years old. My mom has a walk-in wardrobe that's about the size, a little bit bigger maybe, of my pantry right now, which is amazing. And I told myself I was going to have very similar stuff. And I don't think I will be able to have a walk-in wardrobe here. Maybe a wall-to-wall. Now in homes, I am seeing that when people do renovations, they do like this IKEA hack with packs, and they have like wall-to-wall, his on one side, hers on the other, and it's very popular. We're not done with upstairs renovations because we need to deal with serious structural stuff on the main level because we removed a wall, and like we need to finish that wall so that we don't have problems. Once that is done, kitchen is done, the laundry room is done, the bathroom is done. Well, the whole first level we need to finish before we go upstairs. It is a century-old home. So we're going to have loads of fun. But I'm sure because we're starting with the most headache, complications, nothing is up to, what do you say? How do you say in English? C'est pas niveau. So, you know, normal homes, when they're brand new, the floors are straight. Mine sometimes are going like this because like I have like a century-old home. So working with a flat surface is so fun. We don't have flat surfaces here, so we always have to, it looks straight, but it's not level. So we have so much fun. It's becoming like an inside joke. If you don't, oh, sorry. Yes, I didn't put it into context. If you guys didn't know what I was talking about with my apple peeler, that's what she was talking about. I have to say yes, because today we were kidless till 11, and we were sitting down, having coffee, chit-chatting. We're talking about the wall we removed, how we're going to figure it out. We were doing math calculations and all that because, you know, when your kids are not there, it's the time to have those types of conversation that you're not distracted. You don't go back and forth and then do an error of calculations and all of that. And then he got up and he's like, let's do it. I'm like, it's our anniversary. Like we could be, you know, eating in bed, doing other stuff. But he's like, I want to do it. So I'm like, okay. So we did that. So I guess so. Well, now you can put grow lights in the stairs because your jar. No. My jars are staying there for the moment. So here's the thing. I don't think that all of my jars will come upstairs. I have a couple of ideas. So my first idea is I have a normal household pantry. That means I have like, let me give you an example. 3 jars of 1 liter of chicken broth, then vegetable broth, and like have like an upstairs pantry with a couple of jars of the most common stuff that we use. And then the rest will be like our overflow extra will go downstairs. I don't know if I can fit. I'm not going to say the number of jars that I have in my pantry. It probably would take me, without exaggerating, I think I would need a 10 by 10 pantry to fit all my jars, my empty jars, my canners, and all of my dry goods. And I don't even know if, because I'm starting to buy beans in bulk, rice in bulk. So I'm going to have 5-gallon jars, 5-gallon buckets. I don't know if the buckets will be upstairs or downstairs because I think it's 5 by 7. 7 by 7 would have been ideal because I would have been able to have 2 feet to have all my dry goods on one wall, but I wasn't able to do that. So I've seen this in other homestead. They stack, I probably would be able to stack 3 5-gallon buckets and then have a second. So I probably would be able to have maybe 6 in total. But then when I would open the door, or if ever there, because right now there's no door. There's only like a baby gate so that Luna doesn't go there and do stupid stuff. So we know that we have to have a door. So depending how we position the door, maybe I'll have a couple of gallons, but I'm not there yet. Like I don't want to put too much stress on myself. My dry goods are there. My pasta, my rice, and all of that is there. But as soon as I am able to find food grade 5-gallon buckets, I'm gonna start putting my rice in there, flour, but I'll see. I don't know. I know we will figure it out. But there's no way. Okay, let's have fun. How many jars do you think I canned last year? Because I know that number. But I did buy more jars this year. And I already ran out of 250 ml jars. I have 6 cases left of 500 mLs. And I think I have 4 cases left of 1 liters. So last year, I had much more left. So there's a lot of food canned for a family of 5. So seriously, if ever we move and we plan to have a pantry, I either have to do it 10 by 10 or 15 by 15 or like 20 feet long by 10 feet deep and like have air conditioner. And the ideal stuff would be to have an outdoor location where I can store my jars. But here it's not possible. So I'm going to deal with what I have here. Okay, so if you want to share the details of your course that you're following, who talked about the course? I think it was Jane. Yes, so Jane, if you want, can you give more information in the comments about that growing class? Where was I? Hello, Darren. I'm such in a good mood. So I had wonderful dinner yesterday. Fred brought me out to, what's it called? Souvenir Thai. We went to a Thai restaurant. It was fun. And tonight, I feel so happy. Walk-in pantries are amazing. Hello, Jatam. I'm trying to catch up on comments. Planted 60 lettuce plugs in the nice. So I don't know what's going to happen with my greenhouse this year, my tunnel. I have some loofahs in there. They're taking over the entire structure. I was supposed 3 weeks ago to put my plastic for the winter and have a winter garden. I'm not doing that. I'm not even sure I'm going to do a spring garden, like an early, not the regular one, but like earlier, so like March. I don't think so. But technically, if I am able to close it up, I could like squeeze in a couple of lettuce and always leave lettuce, spinach, and some radishes, and then just cover it up and just like see what it gives me. But I don't know. I probably will do it inside. But we are putting the rabbits inside the tunnel this year. And I'm not entirely sure how we're going to do that, because I want to fertilize the tunnel with the rabbit manure. Absolutely. It's what I got. You know? So I sacrificed that dream of a walk-in wardrobe when we decided to do a laundry setup. I filmed that. That was, I think, earlier on in the summer. So now we have a no-fold dish laundry set up. So I have my washer and dryer, and a little bit further, I have like these cube things going on, and I just quickly fold her stuff and I put it in there. So there would be no sense now in having a walk-in wardrobe. But if I am able upstairs to have a wall-to-wall wardrobe outside of her rooms so that I can store, so we're 5. So if it's summer, we have 5 winter coats to put away. And there's people like that donate clothes to us because like kids grow out of clothes super fast. So I donate clothes get donated to me. So I have like, for Emilia, I think I have her 2 next winter coat. And then for Cedric, I have his next winter. So this current season and the one after that. So it would be fun to have like a wardrobe for the next season and like when they grow up. I have clothes for Philip that were donated to me till size 14. He's like size 8, 10. So I need to put these things somewhere. And in century old homes, it was not designed to have wardrobes. They're like super small and like they're not, the ones that we have are not functioning very well. So we need to figure something out when we reorganize upstairs. But definitely, if I do have a walk-in wardrobe or like a wardrobe that is like out and open, it would be more that, because I'm starting to really enjoy, sorry, the no fold. What is this for? Oh yes, level, niveau. Thank you. Okay, so now you're talking about I really need to go do groceries and get potatoes. I'm not allowed. I don't think I'm, well, actually, no. I don't think I'm allowed. Unless maybe if I dress it. I could, probably, if I dress it. But I don't feel like the investment would be worth it. I rather work with the system I have now. So I have, when I go down the stairs, which is like right next to my kitchen, have all of my stuff there. So everything that's tomato base, pickle, sorry, no, tomato base, broth, meat, salsas ish, all of that, fruit, jam, jellies, relishes are all in downstairs pantry. So I know that. And veggies, pickled, and vegetable broth are all in the office right now. So it's in the office because at first the extension of the downstairs pantry in the stairs, we were going down, and then like it was like another stretch on the end wall of the house. But I realized last year that it's directly on the foundation wall, which is not south facing but almost south facing. So it's the warmest side of the house. But I put a thermometer there, and it was like -2 degrees Celsius on a very chilly day. So before I put back all of my jars there, I have to either relocate that part and just put it on the other wall, which is an inside wall of our foundation, because there was an added thing in the basement, and use that part for empty jars, because empty jars can be exposed to lower temperatures. But I'm not there yet. I'm trying to work one problem at a time. I think I was exhausted because like I was trying to juggle everything at the same time and trying to hold everything together, and I shattered because I was taking probably like 2-3 times what I could chew. Last year was close to 700. I think it was 660 something, 68. Anyways, it was probably between 650 and 700 because I continued counting after I counted. I think now it would be safe to say that I'm closer to 800 this year. But I'm not done yet. So I am out of taco meat. I'm out of hamburger meat. I am out of cube meat. I'm out of taco cube meat. I'm out of everything. So meat-wise, there's nothing done. I'm not doing stews this year. I'm going to try to have like crock pot frozen meal once the inventory of my freezers go down. So instead of like using up jars, I'm going to do like buy those reusable freezer bags and do a couple of stews that are frozen. And in the morning, all I have to, well, before I go to bed, thaw it out in the morning, put it in the crock pot, cook it all day. So I think between 700 and 800 jars probably this year. But you know, it's an accomplishment for sure. Let's just say that I'm wrong and it's 500 jars. It's still amazing. Like I know that I have 49 jars of pizza sauce. I know that I have probably close to 70 jars of relishes. Or 60, 70 jars of relishes. And jam, 2 weeks ago I did 32 jars of jam. And I'm not done. So I think it's a safe thing to say between 700 and 800. For me, canning season is July till November. Technically, every single day last year, today, like in October, I was taking out meat out of the freezer and doing canning recipes. And I was doing multiple recipes a day, like 5 to 7 days a week. It was intense. It was really intense. So I decided to tackle a couple of projects here and there. So now freezers, they're not important because, well, they're not that important. They all close at the moment. And we are in the looks for another chest freezer so that if ever something happens to us, freezer-wise, I have a backup plan because we now have all of our freezers full. So we know that it could be a potential problem, but I'd rather focus on, like, I have onions to do, garlic to do, and apples to do. Those will either go bad. In freezers, if I go like which one will die on me first, it will be fresh produce versus whatever's in the freezer. I just know that we can way more. Yes, and we're not done. We're not done. I have the choice of buying more jars or waiting that my inventory of jars goes back up before I can do more jams because I was donated strawberries and blueberries, and I'm going to do apple scrap jelly. And I don't think I have enough to do all of that. So I'm leaving all of those things in the freezer. And slowly but surely, I'll tackle all of that. And at the end of the week, I'll have more jars. I wrote everything I can this year in a canning journal. Last year, every month I was on my computer adding everything. So I know that when I'm done really, and it's quieter because we're never really done. It's always hectic. I know that I'm going to be working on that canning journal and transforming it into my canning inventory, and I'll have a full count of the amount of jars that I have. To be honest, I'm quite terrified to know how many jars I have because every time I know, I keep saying to myself, if ever we move, I need to move those jars. If I move them full, I probably will be exhausted from all the anxiety of cracking them and losing what's inside. Or if I move them empty, I will still be super anxious because I will be so scared to open like my boxes of jar and then finding like multiple pieces of glass. Hello, Karen. How was your week? How were you? No, I'm not a candy. I refuse to accept I'm a candy addict. I used to be. I remember 2 years ago when I did the Every Bit Counts challenge, I was doing 7 days a week. Like exactly what Marilyn said, 3 counting rounds, but per day, 7 days a week. It's intense. And like I was looking for stuff to can all the time. Oh, I could do this, I could do that, I could do this. Now I try to focus on what I need, and then when it gets in the quiet time, is there stuff that I want to add? Ooh. Everything is good here. My sisters were here for the weekend and hubby was away camping. Fun time. Oh, I did forget to mention something. I had like a huge, well, for me it's huge. I decided on Friday, I was feeling exhausted and, I was like, ugh, the mood was disgusting. I'm going to go outside. I'm going to put my big girl panties on and I'm going to go outside, get some fresh air, put my sunglasses on, go outside, get dressed. It's not too hot, not too cold. I'm going to weed the garden. Get some of those tomato plants burnt because they're like all like they're the color of rust or dying. And I could potentially contaminate the soil with like that. What do you call that? That rust is called not mildew. It's called blight. So I had early blight, late blight. I had all of the blights this year. So I want to make sure that I burn everything in. I started with my first raised bed garden and I was like, it was hard. I didn't feel like doing it, but I pushed through it. And then like I was cutting the ropes of my trellising system, and then I felt a burning sensation on my wrist right here. I didn't understand why, but like it hurt like a beep. So like I was like rubbing like this, like I thought like had an insect that bit me or something, like a ladybug, because sometimes ladybugs like kind of burns you a little bit. So I thought it was that. And then I kept doing this, not realizing I had some, the gipe, I think that's wasp. So what's gipe in English? Yeah, wasps. So I unearthed a wasp nest. And I had a couple on me, and like I'm not realizing they were stuck in I had kind of had like a vintage shirt on, like it had like little hairs, and their wings were stuck in it, and I was like brushing it off, and I was like, as soon as I realized that it was them, I was trying to remove them. There was like 2-3 on me, and the little beep, they attacked me. So I was stung, I think at least once here. I suspect another one, and I started swelling up yesterday. And they attacked me, and they stung me 2 times behind the ear, and one sort of, it hurts like a really bad. Like, so I have at least 3 stung. I screamed. Like these things were running after me. Like I got stung, and I just removed them. And they were, as soon as I removed them, they were still, I felt like they were running after me because they're buzzing in my ear, and like they attacked me. So I was attacked by little wing stuff. That was Friday. So now I know that bumblebees used to do nests in my raised beds, but I never really bothered them. they never really cause problems. So at the end of the season, usually I see them go away and they never come back. So they never made their nest again there. But it's the first time I have a nest of wasps inside a garden bed. So, and it's the first garden bed that I tried to do something with. So now I have to get rid of that nest because they will probably come back with a vengeance. And now I'm scared. I have 8 more garden beds. Is there going to be more? Like, I need to, like, I planted carrots. There's still lettuce there. And there's a lot of stuff that I have to remove. So I don't know what to do. While plantain works, take an allergy. I don't have allergy pills. What I did is I put some coal. So this part is swollen and itchy a lot. So it's been 2 days. This part behind my ears is not swollen, but very tender. And in my hair, it's a bit swollen and there's bumps. But the worst part is here. Yes, I did get stung. Wasps move more slowly in cold weather. Yeah, so I'm gonna wait that there's gonna be a hard frost before digging anything out. I got stung when I was young, but I couldn't remember if I had an allergic reaction or not. Like I was maybe like 8 or 9 years old. So I had like a little panic attack. My husband was home. And since I got stung at least more than once, like I told him, like, can you do a research? Is there anything I should do? Should I be laying down? Is there so we looked through and there's not much you can do. Yeah, well, if it was honeybees, I don't think they would have attacked me. It's because I thought there was only wasps like in those like nests. This one's in my garden bed. It's in my soil. So when I ripped out my tomato plants, I literally ripped out their homes. And they were really not happy. Like, Fred went back after to check the size of the nest, and he's like, I need to burn it. So I'm going to check the temperature if like it's going to be like close to 0. Like earlier on in the morning, I might ask him like to buy like the bad stuff to kill it, because like I need to weed my beds. I was hesitant to plant garlic there. So I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. Now I know. Now they know they are aggressive. I don't know if I said hi, Tracy. I hope you're having fun. So it was a scary time. At least now I know that it's like mosquitoes and black flies. I do like this topical reaction, so I don't think the camera can pick it up. So this is normal, like small, and then this one is like really swollen. Like you can see it here. But anyways, at least it's my right hand, but I can function like it's a bit swollen here, so like it's a bit tender, but I try to like keep it slower. Although I did I did help Fred install the shelving that were pretty heavy in the pantry. So Tracy, if you just popped in and you weren't listening, so last week I started the process of a new walk-in pantry. this week I continued it, and I thought I was going to wait for the great reveal, but I guess I'm going to show you I think we're now around part 5, maybe part 10 of like moving things around. So I'll do a video about that this week. Okay, so it is red. Like you can see it's red. So this, like I got stung. I think this is one of them, that's for sure. But it feels like there's another one, but like it's like all of this. No, yeah, they were going for the sunflowers. Yeah. No, they were really not happy with me. Well, the thing is, it's my soil. So it's my garden soil. So if I put that spray, it's chemicals. I don't play with wasps. If I find a wasp nest, I know that there are buzzing friends. I know that they're pollinators. But if they build a nest visible, there's no way that I'm letting it there. They're too aggressive, and I have young kids, so I just spray them for everyone at night, so everyone's home. And the poison, yeah. So I don't know. So for sure, no longer there's going to be. I'm not going to plant anything that has roots in there. But I did have this vision this week. So people that have seen or has like a mental vision of my raised bed gardens, I think that most of them will be pole beans, cucumbers, and the rest, if I can convince my family to enjoy pumpkins and squash, I might just plant squash in the middle of the beds and just let them go wild. So if there is any wasps nests or any nest of those types of bees, I won't disturb them. Wasps also feed caterpillars to their larvae. Lovely. So I had that vision this week. We enjoy cucumbers. I love cucumbers. I refuse to pay a fortune for cucumbers. So I know that next year I'm going to grow loads of them. And I had so much fun this year. Not sure if I talked about it, but I sowed seeds. I think it was May 5th. Started the plants in little cell trays. They were in, I said the word earlier on, little cubes. Soil blockers. So I did soil blockers, I sowed them, and I multi-sowed cucumbers all throughout the summer. And I missed 2 opportunities of sowing more. I probably would still be harvesting cucumbers now for colder temperatures. And now I'm out. All the plants died on me. So I'm definitely going to be doing that next year. So start from seeds. And then when I planted the seedling, I planted a seed next to it. So the cucumber beetles this year, regardless of that, I had so much cucumbers. I was able to eat 2-3 in a meal, not feel bad that I was eating 3 cucumbers, because I knew that within a couple of days I would just go and harvest even more. So I felt really zero shame in like multi-sowing, and I had 9 squash. I never get more than 2-3. So this year I went with 3 types of squash. So this is a little bit like science behind it. So there's curcubacee, pepo, maxima, and moschata, which is like different. So pumpkins usually is pepo, zucchini is pepo, A butternut is moschata, and then there's like some that are maxima. So the bugs that I have here love zucchini type squashes. So I try to have multi-sowing as for them so that I can have an ongoing thing. Okay, I have to go. Vacation is over. Going back to work. Oh no! I forgot you were on vacation. Hope everything goes well tomorrow. And if my memory is correct, you're not a coffee person, so I do hope that your morning goes slowly on you and not too painful. So by having like multi-sowing of that type and multi-sowing of the cucumbers, well, the cucumber beetles massacre some plants. So some are sacrificial, and then by the time that there's so much, they can't do damage. And I am able to have zucchinis that way, and I am able to have cucumbers that way. But this year, I chose principal. So my winter squash were, I think all of them were either moschata, which is like butternut type squash, or maxima. I only had one that was pepo, and I was able to harvest 9. So if I have that logistic thing going on and I plant all of my raised beds and let it go completely wild with sunflowers, well then I'll have like, well, the goal is to have squashes because they can get you through the winter with like lots of soup. Okay, so wasps also, okay, I read that. Well, wasps are friends of gardens, but yeah, they sting. Yeah, they are friends until they attack me. If they attack me, oh, you don't have a lot of chances. But obviously, if we do deal with the nest, I'm gonna wait super early in the morning. Well, it would be preferable just before darkness, because at least then I will not harm anyone else, sadly, but them. Ooh! Oh my god! Thank you! I can now see it here. I can see it. Usually I never see it when you guys do that. Let's go see. Let's go see. Who's claiming it? Who is claiming it? So let me put the volume down. Okay, so et Jotam, you're back. Matt Rogers, MC Ferrand, Remy. Oh, this is a new one. Wildlife. Welcome to the chat. Dave. No, wait. I lost track. So Jotam, Matt Rogers, Remy, Wildlife, Alexandra T. Melissa's here. French fry. Well, these are all new ones. Curtis, I'm so sorry. I hope I'm saying your name right. Fuchs? 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 Is and then Northern Berlin Acres? Is that 10? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Thank you. You're so sweet. So, Maria, I'm not sure if I said this to you, but I figure out your seeds that you sent me. I hope you're still listening, because since you've collected the gift, so you sent me, what's it? Artichoke, and what's the second one? Bourrache. I only have it in French. Borage. Blue borage. I don't know if I said I think you're the only one that I haven't told that I figure out. No, there is one. So Tracy, there is one I haven't figured out, and I'm looking at the plant, and I have no idea what it is. So, Karen, let me see. Let me see. So, I want to write it correctly. So, north. No, not Borth. North. Okay. Acacia. She's there. It's the one with the little flowers. Yeah, she's there. I can see her. And this is about the 10th time I've seen these gifts. I have no idea. So, on the top of your screen, when the gifts pops up, see, I'm on my phone right now. So when this pops up, there's allow gifts under it, and you just click on it. But I think if I calculated right, I think 10 of them was claimed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. I think so. Yeah, she's in Ontario. I just don't know where. She's close. Well, she's close. Depends what you call close, but I know she's close by. I drove through Norton Berlin today. Aren't you in Canada, Tracy? Okay. You know, I'm hesitant because I know one of them was, you sent me lavender. Another one was Brussels sprout. One did not work. And the other one looks like a, what's laurier in English? Bay leaf. One looks like bay leaves. But I didn't know you can grow bay leaves per seed. So I could be wrong. Or it's a weed that I'm growing. I don't know. Oh, no, that sucks. Okay, so you're just home from that. Okay. Well, I hope you had a blast. You guys are spoiling me. Let me see if I can see you guys now. Let me see. You guys are spoiling me. So fun. Okay, so I have to come back to StreamYard. I don't think it's bay leaf. I don't know where I put your letters. You guys sent me letters like with the seeds. It's like I've There's one that I transplanted from Angie, and I did something super stupid. There was one of my garden beds that needed to be relocated, and I went inside. Can't remember why. And my kids wanted to surprise me. They wanted to help me out. It was obviously like taking dirt, putting it in the trailer, and then taking the trailer, dumping it in a new garden bed. So the kids were like super fun, super joyful. And I had the two plants of Angie in that garden bed that I forgot to identify before, like, ripping everything out, throwing it to the chickens. So the chickens probably figured out what Angie sent me as seeds, but I didn't. So it was fun. So the kids like, hello Remy. So the kids were like having so much fun and like playing with dirt, and they emptied out a 4 feet by 16 feet by 18, maybe not 18, maybe 12-ish deep soil with me. So I'm like, okay. So it cost me the knowledge of knowing what Angie sent to me. So, I'll deal with it. So I had help about 2/3 of the way. The rest I did myself, but I was so happy that I was able to relocate to one garden bed like within a couple of hours. Okay, so my knowledge of bay leaves is super small. So I did buy 2 plants of bay leaves. Both of them died. They had like this mushroom on it, and I ended up losing them both time because of that mushroom. I think I was overwatering the bay leaf. And from what I'm told, they are zone 6. So that means you need to bring them inside in the winter. So that means you have to remove all the soil, up pot it, and then in the spring, bring it outside, put it in a bigger container. If my understanding, it becomes like a tree, like a small shrub tree. So that means you're bringing it inside. So the first couple of years is fun, but at one point you're having to bring in a 14 inches, 16 inches, 18 inches pot in, out, in, out, in, out every year. And I'm not ready for that. So unless we did find in the spring something super cool, but Fred wasn't fast enough. So the storm that hit us in April damaged a lot of solariums. Les solarium de Paris, which is like those dome that are attached to your house. So Fred sent in, it was free, but there was 3 windows or 2 windows that needed to be changed. So he's like, let's go pick it up. Let's ask someone to babysit the kids. We're going to unassemble it. He had at the flatbed truck, and we're going to bring it back home, and we're going to remove the pergola, relocate it somewhere else, and have a solarium attached to the house. I was in heaven, but he wasn't fast enough to respond to the girl that he was going to go pick it up. So if ever we can find another deal like that, like affordable, we're going to grab that, and I'm going to have zone 6, 7, maybe 8 plants inside. So lemon trees, lime trees, mandarin trees, shrubs that I can have on the porch, on a closed up porch. And it would actually solve my problem of having to build a greenhouse. With everything going on, we could have built, instead of renovating the kitchen, we could have built in the fall the greenhouse. But we decided that since we needed to buy stuff to do the greenhouse, we would work inside the house. I doubt that we're going to have a seedling greenhouse in the spring. We never know. We can have an easy spring and be able to work and like semi-use it and then use it for the fall. But I'm not going to pressurize my husband too much because like he's working super hard at his job, and then I'm making him work super hard here. So if I don't have a greenhouse next year, well then we'll see. But if I do either or have access to a greenhouse or a solarium de Paris, and I could put that, it would be amazing. Like 4-season outdoors. It would be nice. Here's for the thumbs up, but I can't stay. No worries. No worries. Like I feel like I've missed out on so much in the last 5-6 weeks. I'm not very present in the homesteading chat. I'm not very present on social media. I try to have content for you guys, but I missed out on so much. Like I actually forgot that some of you guys were on vacation. Did I miss any comments? By the way, I forgot to say, cheers. I'm having a bit of wine. So yesterday we were able to bring our wine bottles to the restaurant, and this is I have half a bottle left. So cheers. So before I let you guys go, do you want to talk about what your week has in store for you? So it's a 5 days week. So we had back-to-back 4 days week because of the long weekend. The kids had Friday and Monday off. So now it's the first back to normal 5 days. I know that I'm going to be doing apples and onions and maybe garlic and finish putting away dishes and reclaiming my kitchen table, because my kitchen table has been dumped with so much stuff, so that we can finish the renovations. So claiming back my kitchen, claiming back parts of the place where we eat, and then probably only the apples. I will film a pantry tour for my dry goods. And I can't remember who made this request for me. I know if you guys are watching this on replay, I'm not sure. When you guys watch on replay, you don't watch all the way to the end. But if you do, I did have a request, and I lost the paper of the name of the person that asked this for my French baguettes. So I get questions on that recipe quite often, and I did do a full video, and where I got it, it's out. It was this week's video. And I show you a little bit also of what my new morning routine is like. Like I try to embrace the darkness in the morning. I try to embrace a slower pace. Yes, I work on a daily basis because I am a homesteader. Homesteader always works, but I try to also work on myself. So I crochet now. I'm almost done with one of the projects I want to do to get ready for fall, because cold is coming. And like I journal, and like I sit down, meditate. Like I show you a little bit of that, and I do a little bit of comfort food. So if it's the type of vlog that you enjoy and you want to know how I do my French baguette, you'll know with that video. Your husband's gone hunting. I do hope that he brings a big one. It's moose, right? I think he's gone for moose. A big moose back home. That's something I also have to do. But now that I found the wasp nest, I know that I won't be doing my garlic there. So I'm probably going to switch up. So I know that I'm going to be needing probably 2-3 rows. Yeah. So I'm going to play a little bit around. I'm bolting chicken stock, apples, and a couple green tomatoes recipe tomorrow. Digging Kennebec potatoes sometimes this week. Awesome! The potatoes I grew, I think I have like maybe 1 or 2 meals. So I had like 5 7-gallon bags. And they gave me about, so each gallon bag maybe gave me a meal and a half. Yeah, about. But we did do like a big potato night. So I would say I probably got like 7 meals. Obviously, I won't be self-sufficient with 7 grow bags, but I depleted so much my soil last year from all of the potatoes, and they weren't giving me that much. Unless one day I have access to like as much land I can possibly want. I understood what you meant by bolting, canning, but I didn't say it. Sorry. So if I have access to like all the land that I want, I would open like a new garden space every year for 2-3 rows of potatoes and like amend it specifically for potatoes and put it like an like away from the garden, because they do attract beetles, different types of beetles every year. And I realized by skipping a year or 2 and putting them in grow bags, I limit the population of these potato beetles and other beetles that they attract. So if I would have access to land, like I would create new rows every couple of years and like rotate so that when they come out, it's like, where's this crop? And like they just leave. Because I love potatoes. Really do. Probably as much as tomatoes. But I don't can as much, because obviously tomatoes, I can a lot with them. I do a lot of recipes with them. I started canning potatoes intensely this year, but I really enjoy. Not everyone loves this, so there's a couple of ways, but one of them is like mashed potatoes. I do potatoes, carrots, and turnip, mashed potatoes, and I try to sneak in sometimes some acorn, buttercup, and what's the other one? Honey nut. Like it looks like a butternut, but it's a honey nut. So I try like to roast those squashes and like do like 2/3 potatoes and 1/3 squash, like to introduce my kids to squash, because it's really a crop I would like to grow tons of, because all you need to do is a cool place. I think it's 15 degrees Celsius, not too high in humidity, not too low. So I actually could put them in a basket, probably downstairs next to one of my next to my, like where I'm scared that my stuff would freeze, like just right next to it. It probably never gets under 10. Under the stairs, I think it never gets under 15. So I would have like squash every couple of days, and like they probably would be sick of it, but like squash fries, purees. But I'm not there yet. If I had enough, I have potato pancakes. Are you talking about like those hash browns? Hash browns are fun. Like I love to put like onions, caramelized onions, and like mix them with like hash browns. Okay, you're making me hungry now. But potato pancakes, is it hash browns or you actually add potatoes to pancakes? Oh, there is another way that I enjoy potatoes. Gnocchis. I really enjoy gnocchis, but I'm the only one that eats it here. I tried last year? No, the year before. Anyways, so I had potatoes mashed with the ricer, like it's a peeler that you put the potatoes through, so it makes like potato rice. And I had a beet, so I roasted a beet, removed the skin, and the gnocchis were purple. And then I did another one with spinach, which was green. And then I had a leftover roasted. I can't remember if it was sweet potatoes or butternut squash. So I had like the three colors of gnocchis. It was delicious, but I was the only one that enjoyed it. I'm actually going to end the live because I am exhausted. I could chat with you guys probably for another half hour, but I need to take care of myself. I need my beauty sleep to stay young. And I'll film something for you guys and I'll catch you back on Sunday. Thanks again, Tracy, for the wonderful gifts. You guys need to give me ideas of what you would like to see behind the scenes. Like I can show you like heads up. That's something I want to do. So I want to give you a heads up in advance of one of the videos that are coming. So like, before everyone else what's going to come out. But I would like to know, as members of this channel, what type of content you would like to see so that I can provide it for you guys. Because like I'm kind of lacking ideas. So I would really need your help on that one. So if you can, maybe not on this live, but go back in the community tab, if you know where that is, and on one of my community tabs, if you can write certain content that you would like to have as a member of this channel, it will help me out tremendously and I can provide it for you guys. So night, everyone. Thank you for popping in. Thank you for coming chatting with me. I hope you have a wonderful week. It is getting chilly, so I do hope in the mornings your coffees are warm and you are warm and cuddly, and then don't have to face too much cold this week. So we'll chat soon. Take care. Bye.